What's going on, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Strain Forward podcast, or if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for tuning in and watching. Today, I have some thoughts on my mind that I wanted to share with you all about the power of words, but even more than that, the power of our internal dialogue. This is something I've been thinking a lot about, and it's on my mind today because I just did my devotional, and the devotional was talking about a psalm where David, I believe it was David, started the psalm, the beginning and the end, by saying, bless the Lord, O my soul. And the devotional made the point that he was speaking this stuff over himself, and it was just talking all about mining out the words and believing these truths and speaking these things over yourself. And it just got me thinking more and more about the power of words and the power of our dialogue and what we're saying about ourselves and to ourselves and to others. And here's what I've learned over the years from studying other people, listening to other people, and just experiences myself. The words that we choose to say about ourselves, I don't think that it necessarily changes us. I think it can. Like, you look at neuroscientists or like neuroscience, it does change the pathways in the brain. Yes, so there is that piece of it. But what I found is it changes how we interact with the world. So it changes how other people and other things interact with us, which changes the story in our head. Here's what I mean. I've struggled as a person at times with thinking that other people are thinking something bad about me, or that they don't like me, or whatever. And so because I have that internal thought or dialogue, I'm acting in such a way that's making other people respond in such a way that ends up affirming these thoughts, right? And so then all of a sudden I'm like, see, these people, they don't like me. They don't really think that I'm cool or whatever. And in reality, it's not true at all. I acted in a way that made them act that certain way, which made me believe this thought to begin with. So, like, what if I had been super friendly and really kind to them and just initiated conversation or initiated being excited to see them rather than waiting for them to be excited to see me, and then when they're not, I'm like, oh, well, they just don't like me. Do you see where I'm going with that? So this internal dialogue, these internal thoughts and beliefs patterns that you have, I believe need to be challenged daily, but I think it just changes how you interact with the world, right? And so the question is, how do we do this? Well, I think it's a multitude of different ways. I think one is you need to establish habits and rhythms in your life where you consistently go back to saying positive things about yourself. So, like, for example, you start the habit of waking up every morning and you say 10 things about yourself that you love, right? And I'm going to go further into this too. But and then so maybe at lunch you set an alarm on your phone, your alarm goes off, and it's like, okay, say these things over yourself. Before you go to bed, say these things about yourself. There's even research that suggests saying it into a mirror, looking yourself in the eyes and saying it, pushes it into your subconscious. And so that way it starts to become more of a subconscious core belief, that's really where you want it. You don't want it just in the conscious mind. You want it into the subconscious mind, because we operate from the subconscious mind and the programming that's in there. Neuroscience is crazy. I love learning about that stuff. And so I think that's one way we do it. Another way, or a way to make that even better from what I've learned and gathered over the years, is to attach emotion to it, right? So we don't just say it, blandly. I'm a happy person. I'm a happy person. I'm a happy person. I'm a happy person. No. We attach the emotions of feeling happy to saying happy. So, like, literally trying to pull those emotions out of you and make them exist. So, I'm happy. Like, I love this, right? Like, smiling while you do it and feeling the feelings of joy and saying I'm happy, and like feeling the rush of happiness through your body and trying to signal dopamine to be released. Like, you can do that and you control it. And by doing this, you start to change your physiology. You start to change your neurochemistry. Doing that repeatedly throughout the day and changing the words that we say about ourselves. Also, not saying I am statements unless they serve you. So that's something I'm working big time on. Like, uh, even as a Christian, man, I'm a sinner. It's like, no, who you are is redeemed in Jesus. Like, you've been made righteous in Jesus. That's who you are. You're a child of God. I have a tendency to sin. I have a sinful nature, but I am not a sinner. Right? So it's these declarative statements that don't serve us. It's like, man, I have a bent towards sin, but I'm fighting against it because I am a child of God and I am made new in Jesus, right? And whether you're a Christian or not listening to this, I'm just using myself as an example. But you could do this in whatever else. Like, man, I'm just habitually late. No, don't say that. It doesn't serve you. Just say, yeah, I've had a tendency to be late, but you know what? I am the type of person who arrives to work 10 minutes early. Just say it, but then act on it too. And that's another piece of this I want to hit on is the acting on it, right? That's something I've learned this past year. It can't just be about affirmations and these thoughts. It has to be about action as well. Like, again, I'll use myself as an example, not trying to make this about me. I'm just hopefully helpful. When I got into content creation this year, so I'm very new to this. Around February I started, and I made it a goal to post 3 times a day on all 4 platforms: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Yeah, that's all 4. And just consistently creating content and posting and posting and posting and posting. And then I remember when I went to the beach with a friend, I made a video with him, and I remember looking at him being like, I'm a content creator. That's who I am. I'm a content creator. And I remember believing it and feeling it. But I didn't go into content creation saying I'm a content creator. It was just like, I'm just going to do this because I'm trying to run a business and I want to make some money and this, that, and the other. And it became, I'm a content creator. So the action created the belief. And so I think my personal opinion, my personal belief is if you can marry the two, where you say it with words and your beliefs and your emotions, and you do it consistently and you pair that with action, I think that's a duo that cannot be defeated. You will get there so quick. So for the example of being late or being on time, I'm the type of person that arrives 10 minutes early to work, or I'm the person that gets everywhere on time. Then start getting everywhere on time. Like, do it. And then affirm to yourself, see, I am that person and I can do this. And do it over and over and over and over. Repetition is our biggest friend. So that's what I have for you guys today. As far as our internal dialogue, our beliefs, changing our actions, changing our words, all the things. I think it's incredibly important. It's something I'm diving into. I've been doing this for years, but I mean, it's just something that's just like you just keep learning more and you just keep doing it. You just keep trying to change and get better because there's just always something to get better at, right? So I hope this is helpful for you guys out there. Use it, apply it. I'll give you guys something practical to take away right now so that way you're not like, okay, so like, what do I do? I would say write down 5 to 6 things about yourself you want to be true. So if you struggle with being patient, write down that you're patient. If you struggle with your temper, write down that you're calm, right? Just write down 5 or 6 things you want to be true about yourself. I want you to say it 3 times a day: morning, lunch, dinner. Just say it a few times, 2, 3, 4 times. Attach the emotions behind it. Be excited about it. Like, I am so patient. I'm the most patient person in the world. Like that kind of thing. Say it. Believe it. Say it in the mirror if you want. That's the first thing. Attach the emotions behind it would be the second thing. And then do your best to make the actions align to that. Don't just wait for, well, I hope my actions, like, really try to force that square peg in that round hole and make the actions real. If you can do that, you will be the person that you were saying that you are in the mirror. That's my current belief. That might change as I learn more and grow as a person, but my current belief is that is a really solid way to do this. So, anyways, appreciate y'all listening. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Subscribe and like. That would be really helpful as I'm just trying to grow my channel, and it would just mean a lot. If you're listening on Spotify and you can rate this, that'd be cool. If you can just quick little 5-star, or maybe a 3-star. If it's a 3-star, it's a 3-star. But something would be helpful. Anyways, guys, love y'all. Talk to you soon when I have the next epiphany that I want to share with you guys. All right, peace.